Hi guys, it's Mallory back. Videos from Mallory, the itgs princess. Today we are going to talk about software reliability in specific cases where software was seen to be reliable and other cases where it was seen to fail. With what software reliability is. This is a main focus in itgs of how reliable the software is. It comes up as a social ethical issue. So all IT systems combine hardware, software, people, and data. So for any of these to malfunction is a reliability issue. But specifically for software to malfunction, it's an increasing problem that people have to look at. Software reliability is the probability of a failure-free operation for a specified period of time. Software reliability is an important factor in the effect of affecting system reliability. We have to know that it differs from hardware reliability, that it reflects the design perfection rather than manufacturing perfection. In society, there's a high complexity of software, and this is a major contributing factor to software reliability problems. Software reliability is not a function of time, although researchers have come up with a model relating the two. The modeling technique for software reliability is reaching its prosperity, but before using the technique, we must carefully select an appropriate model that can best suit our case. Measurement in software is still in its infancy. However, there's no good quantitative methods to develop how reliable a software are, because there are other limitations. So overall, software reliability is the reliability of the software in a specific case. Now we're going to talk about specific cases where software reliability has either been a failure or a success. Talk about the year 2000 problem, which many of you probably know as Y2K, or the countdown to chaos. It was both a digital and digital meaning computer related and non-digital documentation and storage situations, which resulted from the practice of abbreviating a 4-digit to two-year digits. Okay, so in the year 1999, everyone was anticipating the arrival of the new millennium. January 1st, 2000 was a day that many people thought that our lives would be changed. The fear was that all computers were dependent and would malfunction. They called this the Y2K scare. This scare consisted of the fear that the entire computer systems were going to fail on New Year's Eve, 1999. This is because the computer's memory space was pricey and memory saved before then was 2 digits instead of 4. For example, a date representing 1995 would be saved as 95. Therefore, when the year changed to 2000, the disaster was anticipated by so many that the computers would not be able to tell if 2000 meant 2000 or 1900. Some problems with these dates were already occurring before the millennium. Therefore, people assumed that the computers would malfunction and there would be a type of worldwide apocalyptic scare. There was a few malfunctions in some computers, but the Y2K scare passed anticlimactically at best. Talk about the Denver airport baggage system. This highlights how hard it is for computers to work in the real world. It was originally planned to automate the handling and baggage through the entire airport. The system proved to be far more complex than one had originally believed. The problems building the system resulted in the newly complete airport sitting idle for 16 months while engineers were working on the baggage system to work. The Denver International Airport shows one of the most notorious reasons of software malfunctioning into a project failure. Institute in Panama City. This specific failure resulted in 18 deaths and 22 patients overdosing. In the year 2000, in a series of accidents, at least 28 patients received overdoses and 18 later died from a computerized treatment which miscalculated radiation doses. A method used by doctors to get around the limitation of software sometimes resulted in miscalculating of the doses. The doctors were required manually by law to manually confirm the radiation doses were correct before treatment, but they did not do so. So the computers registered the amount that they thought was necessary, and the software had problems, and it gave them too much of the radiation. This actually resulted in two doctors sentenced to 4 years in prison. So this shows how computers aren't always foolproof and that humans need some kind of interaction with them. Talk about the Mars Climate Orbiter. It was destroyed when attempting to land. The Mars Climate Orbiter was designed to land on Mars and to study the surface of Mars, but it was destroyed when it was attempted to land. NASA believes this was because of software flaws or failures. It entered the atmosphere at a higher speed than intended. The official accident report discovered that some of the software developers for the project had used metric units, which were measured in newtons, for their calculations, and then others had used imperial units or pounds. This was a miscommunication over which units were being used, and it ended up in the loss of a $327 million probe. So through this we see another type of software flaw. Some major case studies about software reliability. Next time, videos by Mallory, ITGS Princess.